What? You see the monks, they go out. His name is Louis Villet. He's a French guy who came to seek some solitude, and he came over here because of the story of a mouse, of the tradition of a mouse. And Louis Villet, I don't know, I think I left my... Here it is. Okay. Louis Villet, he came to seek solitude here, and he came into the Maccabim Hotel.
Which is here, the Maccabim Hotel?
Yes, the Maccabim Hotel is right on the top of, it's right outside, is inside the area of the monastery. It still exists on the way up to the hill. I can show it to you when we go up on the roof. What?
People still stay there?
No, it was deserted. So he came and he stayed over there. He wanted to seek some solitude, some contemplation. He wasn't a monk. And he contemplated here. He was full with spirituality. And eventually he approached to the Trappist order in France, and he told them, you don't have any branch in the land of Israel. Maybe you can base off your own branch here in the area of Latrun. And the Trappist movement accepted his offer, and they sent here some monks. And the first place which they were practice solitude was still in the hotel.
And then they bought this land?
And then they bought the land from a local effendi, from a Turkish guy. Okay, it wasn't, like today. It wasn't as hard as it is today.
And when was this?
And they established here a monastery, and it was a Benedictine monastery, so they started cultivating the land. At first, they did not have a good relationship with the local Muslims, but then afterwards, after they gave work for the local people, the relationships became better. And into the First World War, okay, the monks here were chased out because they were French. Okay, only the Germans stayed here. And the place was used by the Ottoman
Who chased them out?
by the Ottoman army at the time.
The Turkish.
Okay, it's the First World War. After the First World War, they came back here. They rebuilt the place. They rebuilt the library that was here. They did here a lot of things. They even purchased more territory, and they survived also the Second World War. And after 1967, 1948, by the way, this was a no man's land. Half of the place was no man's land, okay? And they were in an area which was a battlefield during the 1948 and also 1967. And after 1967, suddenly the monastery found itself in the middle of Israel. Mm-hmm. It means that they did not suffer from political things, from military things, from the wars, and they were able to just have a prosperity all over here.
Sorry.
Okay? So this is why, by the way, the whole place was built from the 60s up to the 90s, where the church was totally was finished and established in the 90s of the 20th century.
When did they first come here?
In 1890. 1890.
They started
1890.
But they make very good wine.
What?
They make very good wine. They
Yes.
say.
Okay. So this is the history of the place. By the way, when you go inside, and you're not able to go inside, but there is of course the church, and there is a hostel over here, and there is the winery inside, and it looks like a whole French ranch, which is beautiful, and they have a secret passage underneath the ground, for the monks to be able to run off if somebody is chasing over them, because they were under a lot of stress at the beginning of the 20th century, okay? And they have a lot of territories, and you can even see the Maccabim Hotel inside the territory. Maybe we'll be able to see when we go on the road.
But there is another hotel for the Protestant or evangelicals
What do you
here.
say?
Another hotel here, nearby.
Another hotel.
Can you become a monk only for 2 years, or once you take a vow?
If you take the vow, it's not for 1 year or 2 years.
It has to be for life. You can't say like, I want to go live on a monastery.
It depends on the order.
The type.
Every order is different.
Okay.
مش راح تدخل هذه الهبلة. بيدخلوش هذول التريا اللابتوب وقاعدين برا.
نزلهم هذول على اليوتيوب.
عم بسجل على التليفون، هذيك المرة سجلت على الميموري كارد كله ضرب. يا خسارة التسجيل. كله كنا مع خلنا كم بدني؟ والله
كله راح. مشان نحضره.
هذه الواس زي الباترنوستر. اوب سوري.
Must be silence.
بس حتيجي في وجهك العصي تاعونها بتطلع
انت امتى عمو؟
الميدان اللي ظهر
ايه من اللي بتاع دي؟
بالتكسير الخضري باطلاع
مش عارف والله اسمه الثاني بصراحه.
Guys, this church is Catholic, and it's not usually Catholic churches are much more decorated, but this one belongs to a monastery, a very modest order. So this one it's plain and it's simple. Okay, but we have main things that characterizes Catholic churches. What do we see?
Altar.
For those who know it, what do we see which is typical for Catholic churches?
Altar.
Semicircle.
No separation. The altar is
Facing
towards
the
the
people.
Yes. What?
Iconostasis.
Iconostasis. Yes. What else?
Semicircular apse.
Okay, so the semicircle, we see it also in not only
Not
Mary's
Orthodox,
Mary's
also in Orthodox
statue.
church.
Mary's statue is very common.
What?
Orthodox.
Mary's statue.
Okay. Statue is very good. What else?
we have a mixation between the new Gothic and the new Romanesque architect here.
Okay, Neo-Romanesque and Neo-Gothic. So this is, as far as I know, it's Neo-Gothic, not Neo-Romanesque.
Yeah,
Okay, this is
it's
Neo-Gothic.
it's near or more related to the new Gothic. Because most of the European in the 19th century adopted the new Gothic.
Yes.
Why is this new مفتوح?
Because it has some Gothic elements into it, but it's not classic Gothic. Okay?
What are they Gothic?
And then
They have the stations of the
you
cross.
see you see
This is
the
very common.
long sides of the apses.
They
You have also the
Oculus.
chimaron, not the chimarons, but the upper area, which is not really round. It's very, very long. Okay.
You have,
also the fact that we have a very, very high and long and very narrow kind of hall, which is very Gothic.
Michal, you have the stations of the cross.
Yes, we have stations of the cross, exactly, and we have also the
The organs.
organ. Okay,
The pipe
you
organ.
find it in Catholic churches. You also have a confession
Room.
room,
Somewhere.
which is
Somewhere.
And also Secretia chamber.
what?
Secretia.
Sacristia.
But I can't.
Inside.
I can't see icons, many icons.
Simple. هي simple هاي.
It's very simple because it has to be modern. Guys, is this structure is basilical? No. Okay, it's not a classic basilica, but we do have one wall here and one wall on the other side. So it's some kind of a basilica, and it's facing east. Okay, which is
It's modern basilica.
yes, exactly.
Also, you have they keep the cup of communion. You don't have it in the Greek Orthodox.
Also has a lot of crusader elements.
It's not Crusaders, it's what they said.
هذه more modern European.
Triangular shapes.
The Crusaders.
With the pointy, no, I'm talking about the roof, not the actual
It is European, yeah, European modern.
Yeah, guys, listen up. We're gonna go now for about 5 minutes to the shop. You have to know it.